What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy and this is my planted paradise. So for today's video, I thought we'd go ahead and do a plant haul just because I've gotten some new plants. I've also had some plants suffer. So yeah, basically I'm gonna go ahead and put a quick explaining of where I've been, and then we'll get into the plant haul. So I'll go ahead and put in the description where you can skip to if you're not interested in where I've been. But anyways, JoJo's here. So for a couple months leading up to my wedding, I was extremely stressed out. I feel like that's probably fairly normal. I don't think it was like out of the ordinary, but I was so stressed out. There was so much going on. Family stuff was going on. Oh, here's my new cat, by the way. Y'all have not seen him yet on here. This is Jet. We rescued him as a little kitten. He was found on the side of the road. Anyways, now I have 3 dogs and 3 cats, which is just amazing. You're not jumping up there. No. Anyways, so I was super stressed leading up to the wedding. There was so much going on, there was so much to do, and I feel like after the wedding my brain really was just like, I'm gonna turn off for a bit. I need a break. Yeah, so basically my mental health just absolutely tanked after the wedding. It was really pretty severe in the way that I couldn't really get myself to do anything besides just sit in bed, honestly. Like, I would wake up in the mornings, go to work, and then I would come home and I would get straight in bed. And that was pretty much me for probably 2 months after the wedding. I got married on November 11th, so probably in mid-January I was finally starting to feel like myself again. But like leading up to the wedding, I was busy with all the wedding stuff and the wedding stress and just everything. We had a lot of family stuff going on. I was in school. It was just, there was so much. So that's where I've been. So sorry. And yeah, I hope I can post more regularly again because I feel great. I'm good. I'm married. I got another cat and we're all good now. So I just needed a few months to just reset and let my brain chill out and not do anything and not have much to think about, and that's what I did, and here we are. Quick interjection before we get on with the plants. I did want to quickly mention that I do have t-shirts that I've designed. I have an Etsy shop that I've opened. I'll leave the links to it down in the description as well. My cats are wrestling on the floor. But this is one of the shirts. It says, "Sorry, I have plants this weekend," with just some cute plants on it. I've got a plant mom shirt, plant dad shirt, a Hoya shirt, an Anthurium shirt. I've got a lot of plant stuff. So those are available on my Etsy if anybody is interested. I just thought I'd throw that out there. It will be in the description below. I'm supposed to get more samples this week, so I might do a whole video on a lot of my different plant stuff. Anyways, let's start with the plant haul. So these first few plants that I got are plants that I picked up locally, so they weren't from like a shop or anything. These are plants that I got from just people local to me. Actually, pretty much one person local to me, who is my good friend Kelsey. But so we'll start with the one that's not from Kelsey. So this first guy is just a cute little Anthurium forgetii seedling. I actually got 2, but the other one isn't looking as great, so I just figured I would leave him alone. But this is one of those seedlings. He's just cute. You can't even really tell what he's gonna be yet. He's just growing in a little cup of moss, and I've been keeping him in this cup that then has a dome that goes over it. So that's just the first guy. I picked this up from someone local to me from one of our Facebook groups. But yeah, so that guy is, I'm excited to kind of experiment with some Anthurium right now. That's kind of an avenue I'm wanting to get into, but I'm kind of into everything at the moment. I think just because I took a good break and now I'm like, I need it all. Anyways. Okay, these next few plants, this next one, y'all are gonna be like eye rolling at me, but I got it from my friend and I paid next to nothing for it. This is a Monstera aloe top cutting, and yes, you're seeing that right. It's pretty much white. There actually was another leaf on it, but it was browning so bad, I just pulled it off because it was completely white, and I figured that with this little bit of green, it would be easier for the plant to sustain itself if I just took that white leaf off. Because, I mean, it is pretty much just white. It's got a little root down in here. It's trying to root, and I don't know. It was just kind of an experiment thing for me, honestly. I just kind of wanted to see what would happen if I could get it to grow, what the new leaves would look like. Because as you can see, the one before this was completely white, and then this one has some green again in it. And there is a little bit of green in the stem, so I don't think that's focusing. But this was just kind of an experiment plant, so that's that guy. This next plant, this is a Hoya, and this is actually a replacement Hoya for me. My original Hoya Meredithii was from my friend Kelsey, and unfortunately during my long span of neglect I did kill it, so she had another one that she has rooted. You can see right there it's rooted, and she was selling it, and I was like, well, I killed my other one, so I definitely need that. So yeah, you see her roots in there. I just love how big these leaves get and all the veining. It's so striking and just really prominent. So I needed it back in my collection, and I'm super happy to have gotten it. It's only one leaf right now, but it looks like, if you see right there, that little nub, it's activating some new growth, so hopefully we'll see some new growth here soon. And yeah, so that was the next guy, the Hoya Meredithii. The next one, this was actually a cutting. It was one whole cutting, but I split it into two just because I wanted to go ahead and get two starts going of it. So this is the Dischidia ovata, I think, or like the watermelon Dischidia. Dischidia, how do you want to say it? I don't know. So she gave me a cutting of it, and I just went ahead and chopped it into two just for insurance, really. So here's the other one. It just has one little leaf on it, and I've just got them rooting in some pon right now. This is just normal lechuza pon. It's not like my DIY pon or anything, and I'm just seeing what happens because I had a nice cute Dischidia ovata starting to grow for me. It was looking really good, and then of course I hit my span of neglect and killed it. So that was another one I was pretty upset about. So she was like, I'll just give you a cutting for nothing and you can regrow it. So I'm super happy. I'm super thankful that I have another chance at growing some Dischidia ovata. My camera doesn't want to do a good job focusing today, so I do sincerely apologize for that. But I'm just growing these guys in these little domes that I picked up, I think at Dollar General. They're really awesome and handy, and they actually have bigger versions. I'll actually show you one here in a bit because it has some more plants in it. Anyways, I also got from Kelsey, she had these just string of hearts. This is the Silver Glory, I believe. Just little starter going. This one, she had it in soil, but I went ahead and put it in leca. I don't know why there wasn't, it was just, I felt like growing it in leca. So we're trying this guy out. He doesn't look great and he doesn't look like much right now, but I'm excited just because I did kill quite, I mean, obviously I still have a ton of plants, but I had way more before this, and I needed to replace some of them, not all of them. I probably have 100 less plants now than I did before this happened, and I think I'm gonna stay around this number for a while as I'm just kind of slowly getting back into taking care of plants and myself. So I think we're at around a happy number. But she also gave me this variegated string of hearts starter. I did used to have a really huge long trailing one and of course killed it. So I'm also very happy to have this cute little guy also growing in Lechuzapon. Speaking of, Jojo's trying to get in my bag of Lechuzapon right now. Will you stop? Having cats and plants is really a double-edged sword, I would like to say, because they are insane. Now here's Jet. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's so pretty, so sweet. My husband loves him, and it's funny because he doesn't really like my other two cats, but when we got Jet, he just fell in love with him, so, you're little daddy's boy. He's so cute. But, so, last plant that I did not get from a shop, and again, it's from my friend Kelsey. This is the Hoya Bertonier, and she did say this is the true form of Hoya Bertonier. It's not like the DS70, I think is what it was, in big box stores. So just look at that guy and his leaves. They're so nice and they're so thick and just Jet. Anyways, they're so thick, they're so pretty. I just really love this Hoya so much, and I don't think I've ever actually had this one in my collection. I had the DS70 before, but I've never had the true like Hoya Bertonier, so I'm really excited to have this guy added into my collection. Okay, so these next several plants are from the Plant Nursery, Green Thumb Nursery in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. It's actually a good like 2.5 hours away from where I live, but I was there for a wedding and I got the chance to visit Green Thumb on my way out of town. I was so excited because I always have heard great things about them and I've never gotten to go. And yeah, I got to stop by. It's definitely everything that everybody says that it is. It was great. So, excuse me. I did go a little crazy. This was my first time buying plants after my big plant neglect experience. This was just like mid-January. It was like when I was starting to feel like myself again. So I kind of bought a lot of plants, but their prices were amazing. Their plant selection was amazing, and it was just, I don't know, it was really hard to pass up. So anyways, these are all from Green Thumb. This first one is a Spathiphyllum, or a Peace Lily Platinum, I believe is what this guy's name is. And just look how pretty these leaves are. They're pretty insane. Trying not to spill too much soil on my table, but look at those leaves. Let me get them really close for you so you can really see how beautiful they are. They look so, so good, and I am just pretty obsessed, which is funny because I've never been a huge Peace Lily fan, but when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so stunning and gorgeous and just everything. Jodo. And just everything I could ever want in a Peace Lily. So I had to have her. She's just everything. I don't know what else to say. It's great. It's an amazing little plant, and I'm gonna put it back because I seriously have like no room up here. The next plant I picked up from Green Thumb is this Philodendron Painted Lady, and will you just look at how full this pot is? It's kind of ridiculous. There's probably actually 1, 2, 3, I think 3 plants in this pot. Yep, I'm counting 3. So there's actually 3 painted ladies in this one pot, and let me see what I paid for it because it's not actually planted. It was $44, which I don't think is like a crazy good deal, but also I wasn't, when I was plant shopping at Green Thumb, I wasn't aware of plant prices because I hadn't been paying attention and hadn't really been doing much with my plants. I wasn't really sure on plant prices, so to me I was like, that's a great deal. I don't know if it is, if it's not, but there's 3 plants in here and look how pretty and full it looks, and I just love it. It actually just unfurled this new leaf for me, and then there's another one in there if you can see it. So I just love the colors of this and how vibrant it was and how full of a little pot it is. It's just so cute. I needed to have it. Yeah, so that is my philodendron painted lady. This next guy is once again another replacement in my collection, and you know, I'm not ashamed. I think it happens to the best of us, and it happened to me, and that is what it is. So I've got this guy planted in my cute little monster pot, and actually I was at the greenhouse the other day and they have another monster pot and I was so tempted to buy it. Anyways, this is a variegated Maranta leuconera, or I think Maranta Beauty Kim is what people are calling it. It's just so cute, and it's variegated like all the way around. It looks so good. All the leaves are having variegation present in them. I mean, like, look at that leaf right there. So pretty. So yeah, I used to have one and I killed it. So what's new? I had to get my replacement, and it was only $10, and it's just so cute. And I love Maranta. When I first got into plants, my favorite plants were prayer plants, Marantas and Calatheas and whatever else. And so yeah, I just needed one. I think this is actually the only prayer plant in my collection now, because I had a giant one and it got ravaged by spider mites. I mean, it was completely covered, and I was like, there's absolutely no saving this. So yeah, this is actually the only prayer plant in my collection now, so that might be why I'm so obsessed with him, but it's so pretty. I just love it. So that is that guy. The next plant is where I can show you guys the big dome. So like, this is the small size dome that I got at Dollar General. I think I got this actually at Target. It was like $3, and it was during Halloween. I think it was supposed to be like a Halloween decoration, but it's for plants. Anyways, so this next guy, this guy's actually kind of funny. This is the Harmony's Gold Dust Peperomia, or it's like the variegated watermelon peperomia. So this guy is funny because I had actually already finished checking out at Green Thumb. I had already picked out what plants I was going to get, and I had already checked out, but my sister had taken my car because we were in Bartlesville together, and she went to the gas station while I was looking at plants because she was like, I don't really need to be here. I need to pee and get us gas and stuff. I was like, okay. So I was waiting for my sister to get back, so I went back in the nursery and started looking around again, and I had missed these when I originally did my walkthrough of the nursery. Look at this leaf. I'm obsessed with this one right here. Hold on. Let's get it to focus. Look at that one. Oh, it's so pretty. Anyways, so I had to, naturally, I had to go back through and walk through again because I wasn't just going to stand there and be awkward. And I saw him. And so then I had to check out a second time because I needed him. But that's another thing, is I used to have so many peperomia, and now this is my only peperomia in my collection. It's crazy. It's sad. I will not be repotting this guy because peperomia scare me when you repot them. It was $34. I don't know if that was a great price, but technically there's 3 plants in here. If you look, there's 3 stalks, so it was like $11 each, and then tax. Just justifying it. Anyways, that's that guy. He is living in this dome, and I do take it off for a few hours a day, probably every other day right now, because I don't want him to melt, but I also don't want him to dry up too fast. So far it's been good. I've had him in here for almost a month. I mean, probably like 2 weeks. And he looks great. And he has new little growth coming, so I think he's happy, and I'm happy with him being happy. Okay, the next plant is this. I don't know why I was driven to buy this guy. This is a pink princess philodendron, and I don't know, I had a pink princess a long time ago, probably 2 years ago, and I didn't really love it, and I sold it. But when I saw this guy, they were super cheap. There was 2 plants in the pot. Look at this leaf variegation on this leaf. Like, it looks so good. And there is pretty consistent variegation throughout the plant, honestly. It's not Costa Farms. I just have it in this Costa Farms cover pot. But there is pretty good variegation throughout the plant. Vixen, stop barking. So, I don't know. I just thought it was a really full pot and it wasn't very expensive. And I hadn't bought plants in a while. And one thing led to another, and now I have a pink princess philodendron. You probably see all this crazy Velcro tape in here, and that's because it was growing in this tiny, like, maybe it was a 6-inch pot. No, I don't know. It was growing in this tiny little pot, and it had started growing up, but then it had just fallen, and it was kind of trying to crawl because it didn't have a support. So I'm trying to retrain it to grow up, which this stem has done pretty great. It's almost completely straight. This one, you can see, is being a little bit more temperamental, but we'll get there eventually, hopefully. If not, just hopefully the new growth I can have growing straight. But I just figured I would try growing this pink princess up a pole and seeing what happened, because I feel like they can look really pretty and really great if you can get them to grow right. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get them to grow right for me, really pretty, get big huge leaves, and grow up a pole. So that's that pink princess philodendron. Now the next plant, let's do this guy. I don't remember. I think it's a philodendron white knight. It's either that or the white princess. I know it's not a white wizard. It's either a knight or a princess. I'm not 100% sure which. But I got this guy from Green Thumb Nursery as well. Look at this cute pot I have it in. He's so cute. But I got him at Green Thumb. It's not the craziest variegation. It had some older leaves that I chopped off when I was trying to get it on this pole, and they had more variegation than these leaves. I don't know. I've never really wanted one, to be honest with you, but it was so cheap, and it was just, I don't know, it was really pretty in the moment, and so I bought him. And now I have a white princess philodendron, and I'm actually still pretty excited about him. I actually put him on this giant moss pole. It's actually really tall, like as long as my arm, because I want to see again how this would look like if it grew up a pole. I feel like it could be really pretty. I don't know. I guess that's really all I have to say about him, except I think he might have rust, like the rust fungus, because I'm seeing all these like brown circular spots on him. So see that? And I don't think it's extra floral nectaries burns, because I'm like, it's not sticky at all whatsoever. Like there's not any EFN deposits on the back of the leaves. That's why I really think it's rust fungus. So I need it, and then like look at this guy, like how it's presenting on that leaf. I really think it's rust. And again, there's no EFN on the back. Like there's nothing sticky happening. So that's the only downfall of this guy that I've noticed, but like none of the other plants have it. Actually maybe the pink princess does. I don't know. But like this painted lady, it's fine, no rust. The Maranta and the Peperomia are fine, so. But yeah, still I'm excited to grow it. I want to see what it looks like once it reaches the top of this really tall pole, because I think it'll make a really nice statement. And then in this cover pot, it's really just in a clear pot and then just sat down in the cover pot. But we'll see what happens. Once again, that's that guy. So the second to last plant, this is actually, it's another peace lily, but this is a peace lily domino, and I want to first just show you, like, okay, yeah, that's a peace lily domino. and I've had one before and I killed one before. So it's like, and it wasn't in neglect, I just killed it because I don't know why. I don't think I kept up with the watering as much as spathiphyllums need it, or peace lilies, whatever you want to call them. But I got this guy because look at this cluster of leaves right here and how they are presenting. They've got like 4, I'm gonna try to get close. They've got like 4 different colors of variegation, and it's not like the white has just come in really strong. No, like there still is white speckled variegation on these leaves. Like look, you can really see on this one. But then there's also like a mint and a yellow, but then see there's a white strip in it. It's just, I'd never seen it present like that in a domino before, so I had to get it and see what was going on. And actually, upon further inspection, yeah, there's another stalk of the peace lily over here that's kind of doing a similar thing, except this one's like lime green to dark green with the speckling. Look how pretty that leaf is. And I think there's another one, but this plant is pretty large, so it's hard to really find. But you see that leaf? So I don't know, he just had some weird patterns and variegation presenting that I was really taken back by him. And again, it's been probably 2 weeks now and we're going along just fine. I have had to water him probably 2 times since I've had him, which usually not all my plants need watered once a week, but like I'm learning spathiphyllum do absolutely need watered once a week. I don't know if he's root bound. He might be. He's got a root coming at the bottom. I haven't tried to repot him yet. He was only $20 and he's got that cool variegation happening, so I wanted to try him out. That's my second to last plant from Green Thumb. And my cat is doing it again. Will you stop? What are you doing? Stop. Stop destroying things. He's still just a little baby kitten. He was probably maybe 5 weeks when we found him, 5 weeks old. And he had a sister, and my younger sister took his sister kitten that they were found with. And he had worms when we found him, but he no longer has worms. He's been neutered, and now he's just a cute little part of the fam. He's so cute. He's so cute and so pretty. I don't even know how to explain it. Alright, go be wild. Okay, this last plant from Green Thumb is huge, and I have no idea how I'm going to show it to you guys. So I might put some plants up, and then we'll do him, and then we'll move on. Okay, so this last plant is by far the largest plant that I got from Green Thumb. There was actually 5 plants in one pot, but I separated them out because I don't know, I just did. I know it would look a lot fuller, and it did look a lot fuller with them all in it, but I just had to separate it. Anyways, this is the Philodendron Summer's Glory, I believe is what it's called. And just, how can I show you this without spilling it? It is insane. It's so large. I need to show you this leaf. This is why I fell in love with it. Look how big that is. It actually is bigger than my head, and I have a very large head, so that is saying something pretty significant. This guy was only like 40 bucks, but it was not just this gigantic Summer's Glory. There was also 4 babies in the pot with it, and I was like, for 40 bucks? You got me. This is the newest leaf. I actually unfurled this while it's been in my care, and look how good it looks. It's huge. It's just a massive plant, and I could not say no. It was so funny because I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna just look, I'm not gonna buy much. And then I come out with all these plants and I come out with this massive guy and my sister's like, what have you done? But you know, I had to. Look, that newest leaf, it's so pretty. So pretty. And this leaf, it's still probably, oh, she's tilting. Still probably my favorite leaf, but I don't know. She's just stunning. I wish I could show her you in all her glory, but she's really like and huge. So not very easy to show, but she also had all of these little babies. This is a new leaf that's unfurled. Just, you can tell it was super juvenile, and then this is the first leaf where it's starting to look like the summer's glory. Then there's this guy. It's got all these leaves, but then it's also about to unfurl a new one, which I think will really look like summer's glory. Like, this was the last one. It's really elongated, but I think it needs to be a little more wide and dark. But anyways, then there's this guy who's really juvenile. It has another leaf. It's just starting to push out right there, if it'll focus. Right there. So there's that guy. And then finally there's this guy who's unfurled this leaf. It's not hardened off all the way yet, as you can see. They come out really light, like kind of a coppery, pinkish copper color, and then they fade to just a green, but it's just so cute. Such a good plant. There's freaking 5 plants in one pot, and the mother plant is huge. So those are all of my philodendron summer glories that I have now. No, I don't need 5. I will probably just pass along the rest. Actually, I think one of my friends has already said she wants one, so she'll absolutely get one, and whoever else. But it's just like, that is what like sells you on a plant. Again, it was only like 40 bucks and it's huge, and then there was 4 babies in it. So I don't know, I talked myself into like, oh, it's a good idea because of this, and those are my sellers. Anyways, time to move on to our last little batch of plants. It's not quite as many as green thumb, I don't think, but there is a decent amount, and then we will wrap up the video. Okay, so all of these next plants are from Plants OKC, which is actually a new plant shop that has just opened up. One of the longtime members of our local plant groups actually opened this shop with, I believe, one of his friends, who I don't really know, but I know him fairly decently, and I've bought tons of plants from him before, and I don't know. It's really awesome to see him have his own shop now and see it all come to fruition. I'm super excited for him, and if you're in the Oklahoma City area, you absolutely have to check out his shop. And also, they do ship plants, but not the giant ones, because they've got some giant specimens. The normal size specimens they'll ship. So I'll put everybody, like Green Thumb and my Etsy shop, but also all of Happy Plants information in the description. You need to go check them out. Anyways, let's begin. So let's do this guy first. This first guy is a philodendron Joepii. I don't know how you pronounce it. Cutting that I got. It's actually a rooted cutting. I thought someone was calling me. It's a rooted philodendron Joepii cutting, and it was only like 20 bucks, and I was like, yes please, fully rooted. And the variety at the shop is just pretty insane. I'm very pleased with it, and I don't know, I've never had this guy, but I really like his shape. I like how weird he is. I just wanted to see how I could grow it, so I got this guy, and he's really cute. I don't have any new growth yet, but he is fully rooted, ready to go. We just gotta wait. I was trying to see if I could see the new growth point. Yeah, he's in there. It's activated, but it's just a little teeny tiny nub right now. But That's the first guy. This next one, this is a Hoya Sulawesiana, and look, I love those leaves. Once again, this guy came fully rooted. Most of their plants are rooted, but if they aren't, they'll tell you, and they sell them as like unrooted cuttings. So pricing is great. I don't know if you can see his roots in there, but he is fully rooted. And then just look at like all the texture in this leaf is just crazy to me. I still don't think my camera wants to focus, but I love this Hoya. And if you look in the back, it's got this new cutie little growth point right there. Doesn't want to focus, but it's there, I promise. So yeah, I got this guy, Hoya Sulawesiana, for another really great price. I was really excited to see him. I've never had this in my collection before, and I was really excited to add it, and I'm excited to grow it. I just love this leaf. Like this leaf right here, that is everything to me, honestly. Everything. It's everything. Anyways, next we have this guy. This is a Anthurium, I almost said Hoya, Anthurium forgetii crossed with Anthurium clarinervium. So he is also completely rooted. I did go ahead and repot him into a slightly bigger pot because it was like fully rooted in that pot that it came in. But he is so cute, so pretty. I told y'all I wanted to explore and experiment with more Anthuriums. So here's another little guy I added into my collection. I realized I added like 2 forgetii varieties, but I love a good forgetii, so I don't know, he's so cute. And this guy was like $36 maybe. He was not very expensive at all, and I was like, we need him. Look how cute he is. So there's that guy. Again, he's from Happy Plants. The next smaller, obviously this guy is staring you. Let's just get him out of the way, just because he's staring straight at you. This is a Philodendron billeti, however you want to say it. Look at this leaf. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't know if it looks better with the light glaring on it or not, but ooh, I've never owned a billy before. Ever. This guy was also priced great. I don't remember the pricing off the top of my head, but look how mature that leaf is. It looks so good. It's got 2 pretty good, decent sized leaves. I don't know. I just love him, and I've never had a billy before. He's in moss. He came to me in moss, and I did put it in just a slightly bigger clear vessel. You can see the roots right there. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had a billy. I don't want to kill him, and I'm really excited to have him. That is him. He is pushing out a new leaf. Did I already say that? It's right there, about to come out. So I'm super excited. If you have any Philodendron billeti tips, I would love to hear them. I'm trying to figure out the best way to hold him. Maybe like that. Is that good? But yeah, so very excited to have this guy in my collection. He's so just huge and happy and healthy looking. Vixen just started barking at absolutely nothing. But like violently barking. That scared me half to death. Anyways, I had to have a billy in my collection. I'm really happy to have him in my collection. So, next plant. We only have a few left. I might put him back down on his shelf so he's out of the way. He's still just right there. But next plant, we have this. This is a Philodendron burl marks. A variegated Philodendron burl marks, but this is the mint version, and oh my gosh, I will put some pictures on the screen for you guys of the other burl marks mints they had available at Happy Plants. I wanted them. They were more expensive, so I went with the rooted cutting. I was being a smart buyer or a conscient, you know what I'm trying to say, buyer. So I just got the rooted cutting instead because I was like, just give it some time, it can do it. But look how pretty this variegation is. I love me a good philodendron burl marks. They grow like crazy. So this guy doesn't have any new growth yet, but it's completely rooted. Like, it's kind of just insane. It's fully rooted, looking great, ready to go. And you can see this new little bump that I'm tempted to say has started to activate. It's right there. That will be a new growth point. I don't know. Can you see it? What do we think? Yeah, I think it's starting to split open out of like the harder outer stem. I'm excited. I know most people aren't going to be so excited over a little bump, but I'm excited. Yeah, great price, great plant. The other ones I had were beautiful. I'll put the pictures on screen if I haven't already, and I'm just excited to have my chance at growing this and seeing what it can do. I feel like once it takes off and really starts growing, it's going to just keep growing because usually burl marks grow pretty great. So we'll see. I'm curious to know. If anybody has this plant and you know how fast it grows, let me know. I'm very curious. But yeah, that is the variegated philodendron burl marks mint version. 2 more plants to go. They're both great. Honestly, every plant that I've gotten and shown you guys today are great in my opinion. I'm really happy to have all of them. Let's do this guy. So this guy is actually funny. My friend Kelsey, who I've already talked about, she's actually the one who, I was gonna try to take it out of this heavy cover pot, but it's not, it does not want to come out of this cover pot. Well, no, there it goes. I don't know why that was so hard for me. I was trying to see if there was going to be a price tag. There's not. Anyways, she's the one who originally bought this plant, and she did still love it, but she realized she doesn't like such bushel-like anthuriums, the ones that kind of grow low and just spread out. They don't grow tall at all, if that makes sense. So, but she got it from Happy Plants, and I was like, okay, well, let me buy it from you because I'm in love. So that's what happened. And this is the Anthurium villaneorum, however you pronounce it. Look at this newest leaf and compare it to the size of my head. It's gorgeous. It is stunning, gorgeous, amazing, stunning, gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, awesome, incredible. It's just so good. It's got several really good looking leaves. The newest one is a bit wonky. I'm guessing it might have been the one coming out during shipping or importing or however they came about having this plant. But it's so pretty. It is in bloom, and obviously I have like 4 Anthurium. I've got the 2 I've already showed you, this one, and then I've got some propagations of my Anthurium Doriaki that I've had forever. But that's it. So obviously I can't pollinate this, but I would like to collect the pollen. And even if I don't use it, I could maybe give it to someone else, and then I could just bum a seedling off them if it works. I don't know. So I am leaving it on for now. If it was a smaller, less established, sorry, my eye's itching. Why can I not just deal with my problems off the camera and not talk so I can edit it out? I don't know. Anyways, if it was a smaller, less established Anthurium, I would probably go ahead and chop off the inflorescence, but it's got amazing roots. It seems pretty well established. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on and collect the pollen for the future. And I don't know if I'll even use it, but I'm going to collect it. Anyways, just look at the leaf one more time before I put them up. Stunning and gorgeous and amazing and beautiful and stunning. Okay, this last plant from Happy Plants and the last plant of my haul is this Philodendron Plowmanii. He is gorgeous. He's fairly large and in charge. He's crawling. He's doing his thing. Look at this leaf. It's so pretty. Let's get the whole thing in frame. It's so pretty. I love the sinus on this leaf in particular. I don't know why. I just love how rounded and wide it is. I think it's great. They're not all like that, but that one leaf is just really cool. Then there's this leaf. Then this leaf, I think, is the one that was newest before this leaf. So it was pushing this leaf out when I was purchasing it, but it just fully unfurled in my care. You can probably see it's still hardening off. Like, it's not all that just deep green yet, but oh, look how pretty it is. It looks so good. I'm so excited to have this guy in my collection. I actually don't think I've ever had a Plowmanii before. I've had like the Soderoy, I've had Manii in like a pasta, but I've never had a Plowmanii. So this is a first for me. Look how thick the stem is down here. It's so thick. I put some moss around it because it has some good like aerial root nubs coming out, and I'm hoping they'll root down in there. And it's just crawling away. You can see it started crawling all the way back here. It's crawling, and here will be its new growth point eventually, but it just unfurled its leaf, so it'll be a minute. But yeah, that is the Philodendron Plowmanii. So sorry if this video was complete chaos. It has been a hot minute since I've filmed, and you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you liked seeing the new plants that I've acquired here lately. If you're interested in my t-shirts and also like mugs and sweatshirts and other things that I've started designing, make sure you check out the links in the description. Also, the Green Thumb Nursery and Happy Plants will be linked in the description. They're both great. I'm really excited about Happy Plants. It's in Oklahoma City, so it's not very far from me, and I want to go every single weekend, but I swear every time I go I will purchase something, so I can't go every single weekend. I will be doing a full shop tour for you guys soon. I was actually going to do it this past weekend, but I don't have the wire adapter for my microphone to put it in my camera, so I'm ordering a new one. It'll be good. It's fine. Anyways, so yeah, I'm apologizing. I haven't filmed in so long. I am sorry for my long absence, but I am looking forward to recording more videos for you guys more regularly starting now. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and like it. If you want to see more videos by me, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment about what you would like to see, what your favorite plant was from the haul today. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.